This is the third version of Idunn we've gotten in Fire Emblem Heroes, but it still seems most people don't know her story. To help remedy this, we'll very quickly go over her backstory and influences to help you better understand this tragic demon dragon. Major story spoilers ahead for the Binding Blade. Her name and design come from Idunn, the Norse goddess of apples, youth, and possibly fertility. As we'll see looking ahead at her story, she represents a corruption of the fertility the classical Idunn was known for. This connection to fertility is probably also the reason why she received a spring version. The name is also referenced by the basket of apples she holds in her art. Even her dress seems designed after depictions of the classical goddess. Story-wise, Idunn was originally a member of the Divine Dragon race, just like Faye, born over 1,000 years prior to the events of the Binding Blade. During that time, humans and dragons were at war with each other. While dragons had might on their side, they reproduced quite slowly compared to humans, so were being defeated by pure numbers. The dragon army came up with an idea. Take one of these supremely powerful divine dragons and corrupt their form into a being known as a demon dragon, a powerful dark entity who could spawn mindless war dragon soldiers and even the odds of the war. The divine dragons, however, refused to partake in such an affront to the laws of nature and proceeded to disappear. Idunn, however, stayed behind, out of fear of losing everything dear to her, and was captured. She was forced to undergo the torturous process to become a demon dragon, and had her soul ripped out to ensure obedience, turning her into an emotionless husk. With this new power at their command, the dragon armies looked unstoppable until the 8 legends came together and were able to tip the scales. However, Hartmut, founder of Bern, took pity on the girl. He knew it would not be right to end her life. Instead, he sealed her within his sword, hoping that someday her suffering would end and her humanity could be returned. She was eventually unsealed by Hartmut's descendant Zephiel, who wished to weaponize her power to raise humans from a leap. Once again, a legion of heroes wielding the legendary weapons came to her temple, this time led by the young lion, Roy. Much like Hartmut, Roy took pity on Idunn. He too spared her life, and instead, after removing her forced obedience to those who sentence humanity to death, gave her a new life in Arcadia, and a sister in the form of the young dragon Faye. He left her with a second chance at life, in hopes that she could regain her humanity. As seen by the ending cutscene and her quote in this ascended form, it seems that she succeeded, and is once again becoming whole. And that's the story of Idunn. Binding Blade was never officially brought to the West, so her story unfortunately remains relatively unknown, but hopefully this video helped to show you why she's such a heartbreaking character.